Okay, it is 1:03, so we will go ahead and get started with the webinar, which is entitled How Modern Chambers Are Boosting Member Value Using GlueUp. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Marshall Pearson. I am a senior sales manager here at GlueUp. I've been with the company for almost 5 years, was kind of on the ground floor as we rebranded and started, growing aggressively in the market here. So I've seen a lot of amazing transformations within the product. Have the benefit of speaking with probably hundreds of chambers now at this point over the years. So certainly have heard from a lot of folks across the country, and certainly work a lot with our chamber customers, mostly based in the Midwest. But I've also seen, a lot of things come and go and things happen to our tool. So um, yes, this will be a demo of the tool, but I want to offer you guys a little bit more. And as we go, I'm going to be highlighting a couple things in the platform that our chamber clients have used to grow their non-dues revenue, which we all know is very integral to the success of many chambers. And in fact, in many cases, I think the average is 64% of modern chambers are getting their revenue from non-dues payments, usually in the form of um, specific event sponsorships, perhaps year-long media kit sponsorships. And I think GlueUp is an excellent place to help you certainly track and administer those opportunities and encourage engagement amongst all your company and individual members. But then also just with what the software does out of the box, offer a lot of ways that you can get those logos out there at additional places, charge more, and then allow your members and sponsors to feel like they're getting a lot more value out of their relationship with you. So I'm going to, yes, it'll be a demo, but it's going to be a little focused on those things, and hopefully you like what you see. GlueUp has a company has been around for more than 12 years. We do work with more than 1,500 member-based organizations. Many of them are chambers. We are international, and we do work with a significant amount of chambers based all over the world. So not only our domestic U.S. chambers, people that we serve every single day, but also many across the world. I'm just going to go through a quick slide deck here that just highlights a couple of the things that we offer. One thing that GlueUp is well set up to do and focuses on is making the membership join, payment, and renewal process as seamless or automated as possible. That is a focus of the platform, which obviously has benefits to any chamber. You get away from any manual processes like data entry, invoicing individual chambers. Any and all of that is something that we would hope to remove or reduce significantly. That also has benefit to your members because just like you don't like manually generating invoices, having your staff spend time doing that, sending them, following up on it, and letting the software do that for you is better for you, but it's also better for your members. Many of them are open to automatic billing, are open to just mailing a check out or getting reminded to do it. A lot more money can be made just by increasing efficiency, and that actually does deliver value to your members as well as your team. So a lot of our tool is set up to kind of do that. A lot of these slides are more about the administrative benefits for people on this call. And a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today are kind of more like for you guys, of course. But then we'll also show what that can look like for the companies that are hopefully going to be paying you more money. You can see kind of in our database, it's really centered on this company or individual's engagement across all the things that GlueUp does, whether it's membership activity, their event activity, sponsorship, payments, invoicing, all the way down to their individual kind of email, clicks, opens, tracking, all that stuff across all the modules of GlueUp. You want to be able to understand that, and you can look at it and view it very easily at a glance in our tool. This slide talks about kind of on the event side, which I'm going to spend a lot of time on today with the 45 minutes that we have to talk about how GlueUp can take your events to another level. I think it's a big strength of our tool, and you'll see that reflected there. Certainly understanding, are you making money on these events? Where is it coming from? have you been paid on it, managing those opportunities. There's a part of our tool that allows you to do that. This is something that many organizations like. Badge design, printing, all of that can be done directly through GlueUp and automatically populated by your registration information. So, that's yet another nice thing to have. You can make these badges branded, customized, but you also don't have to send them to Avery or whatever. You can do all this stuff through our tool. That is a value add for many chambers. It also comes with some additional advertising opportunities, as I'll discuss here. Not only is having all of your email sending in a modern widget-based drag and drop email builder within the tool convenient for you guys, it also lets you more seamlessly draw attention to your sponsors, members, companies that are in your organizations in your community, whatever you would like to do. Having it more of this in one place and more seamlessly created is a big benefit. The click tracking, opening, all of that. You want to see who clicked on your link, how many times. You want to show that data to a sponsor. Let's say it's a dedicated email campaign that you send out, once a month to highlight a local company. Maybe you charge them a little bit more, or it's a member benefit of one of your membership types in that tier, and you want to just highlight one or two of these companies. You can actually give them data when they ask, what is my return on investment? You have that conversation at the end of the year. You want to renew, you want to sell them more of these types of exposure opportunities. You actually have some data to back it up that you can very easily find, export, and look at together. And we're only going to be deepening that in the next couple of months with some of our exciting product developments. And so I wanted to mention that. I'll talk very briefly about GlueUp's website design capabilities, show you an example of just a handful of chambers that have trusted us to do their marketing websites. I will show you what that looks like and describe it. That is a whole nother area of benefit as far as sponsor and company and member visibility that is a part of the overall GlueUp experience. Some chambers, the folks, members want to interact with each other. There is a member hub to do things like renew your membership, update your business information, look at the directory, look at events, register for them, all that type of stuff. We do have a community networking tool as well that we can show. And then kind of the last thing I want to talk about here, GlueUp comes with 2 different mobile applications that are incredibly robust and modern. This is core to any size, license of the software that we provide. We include these 2 mobile apps. One is for your members, your event community, and then one is for everybody on this call and your teams to do administrative tasks directly from a cell phone. So I'll kind of talk a little bit about that right now. As far as the member app, the event tickets, the registrations, push notifications. There's an event community if there's any, agenda or schedule for an event. There's a business card exchange. There's a wall for attendees to network and communicate with each other. They can do a lot of stuff in the app on site if they're registered for an event. And it's the same app for that as it is for everything else. Administratively, anybody on the event team can register people on site, check them in by scanning their QR code, typing in their information. If there's a badge printer that you integrated with GlueUp and it's on the network, you can even print a badge directly from that. So huge amount of value when it comes to these included mobile apps. So thank you for bearing with me on the slide deck. Let's take a quick look at the software. We'll highlight some of these things. I'll talk about the website, and then we can open it up for questions as we go. So this is the back end of GlueUp. Obviously a sandbox account. This would be branded for your chamber and have all your information in there. You'll notice that the home screen, and there's a number of customizable dashboards throughout the tool. First of all, everybody on your team, any volunteers, community partners, can all have access, which you can control. There's no pricing implication or restriction on how many back-end users you can have. And you can directly control, what that user type is able to see in the tool. So A lot of chambers love this because maybe at the highest membership tiers, they charge a premium and let a business run an event through their software as a cross-promoted branded event. You can give that person access just to run and create their own event along with your team. That's something you can do. Perhaps there's a trusted, community partner, another nonprofit, an organization that maybe can't afford their own event management, and you want to let them use your instance of GlueUp. You could give them that exact tailored access without, risking them being able to see all your contact information, your financials. So this is a very flexible and robust area of our platform beyond just your own staff. So I wanted to draw your attention to that and note that it does not cost any more to add. I wouldn't have 128 people, but you sure could. Everyone can modify their own dashboards to give you that great visibility when you're managing these things. Community Insights is a brand new widget we have added. You can see at a glance, your renewal health check. We have a full task manager here. So within the back end here, anybody, you can assign a task to yourself or others related to any object in GlueUp. Is it a call, meeting, want to send them an email, can upload attachment, you can ping them if they are assigned that task. They can view it in the dashboard. That is all stuff that they can do. Everybody can modify their own. There's a lot of widgets that speak to a lot of different parts of the software, so you can create that and control it and modify it based on your role, what you'd like to see, and even rearrange the order of the widgets. So one thing I wanted to draw your attention to as well that does kind of speak to this, how do we deliver member value, kind of on the sponsorship and sales side of things, and keep that track administratively. We have an opportunities tracker built into the CRM that can be attributed. You can attach an opportunity to an individual or to a company. That's probably more like what you'd be doing, and manage it like a sales opportunity. It can be a sponsorship, donation, media, engagement throughout the year, separate from any membership benefits you give them. It's completely up to you how you'd like to use that. You can customize the stages. You can customize the type of opportunity based on your market, what people are used to. If you add anything new, date, it's going to close when you create it. You can filter by all of those things. We even have the opportunity to have multiple pipelines if you want to have sponsorships and, let's say, media engagement type things or anything in different categories. You can certainly do that if that's how you'd like to track it. And then as we go, again, anytime staff, you can make a note, you can log an activity, store a proposal, you can even invoice from these, and kind of a way for your staff to track any of these potential opportunities. I'm going to focus also for the next bit of the call here on the event piece, because again, like I said, I think that's a strength of our tool, and want to make sure that I highlight it. Let's pop into the ACC event. I know that just happened, but let's see what we got in here. So this is a specific event dashboard. So you can have people just on an event team. Like I said, you want to give access to someone that is not on your paid staff, but that you trust. They would just see this event or any events you add them to. That's it. And they can work on it in the same place your team is, right? Dashboard that gives you kind of progress of the event and activity timeline, who's registered when. You can see a lot of that information. As far as the settings, I want to draw your attention to kind of how GlueUp is leaning into AI as a part of our future growth. Our company is actually part of the NVIDIA Nonprofit Technology Incubation Program that they started a couple of years ago. So, it's a part of our commitment to be a market leaders in how we're integrating AI into the tool. If we have time later in the call, I will share some of our next plans for this. But right now, there is assistance built into the tool, not only to provide you support on using the tool if you become a customer, to direct you to the correct resources to answer any questions you have, in terms of writing compelling event titles, subtitles, and descriptions that are going to be SEO optimized. That is part of what our AI Copilot will also help you do. You can, of course, tag events if you have different types. They can have host committees. Won't go through all these settings, but that's part of it. As far as the ticketing options, I've seen a ton of different ways that chambers use this. This could be used to sell event sponsorships. It could be used to, control the access of any sponsors, like to give access to their teams. There's lots of stuff we can do there. Member, non-member, group tickets. Sell a a 4-pack of tickets, sell a table of 10. Lots of flexibility. Event discount codes are also something that you can have and customize in GoOp. This is yet another way to make like a specific event sponsor feel valued. You can create a discount code that's got their company name in it. Then just send it to them so they can send it to their team to register. You can limit it to a ticket type or just how many number of uses you want to give it to them for or when they can use it. Can just make them feel like a more valued sponsor and a part of the event by giving them, their own discount code. And then as far as add-ons, this is can be a product that you can include in the registration process. One cool idea I heard from somebody is we've got a welcome reception that costs $25 extra or whatever it is that you can upsell on a ticket. You can call it the welcome reception, sponsored by the name of the business. You can mention that in the description. Then you can also choose that company's logo as an image that they'll see when they go to buy that ticket. There's a lot of little things in this that I've heard, really creative ideas on how to like really integrate a event sponsor into the full visibility of the event. So that's some cool ideas I've heard there. The event community, as I mentioned, great networking tool. You can turn it on for people that are coming to let them meet each other. That's good for them. That's good for you. They're going to think of all the great connections they made at your event and how great an experience they had. And then as far as your any sponsors that you give it to, if they're hoping to make connections with the rest of your members to do some business, they're going to love that. Not only are they going to be there and meeting them and have access in person, they're going to have virtual access before, during, and up to 5 days after the event, and they can network with each other and have it in virtually too if they're not able to meet. Within the content blocks, when we're creating an event, a lot of also great ways to show your sponsors and your members value if they're a part of these events and sponsoring. Speakers you can set up. Here's sessions is more for a conference, but you get the picture. Want to spend some time on this. This is where you would add a company as a sponsor or partner or any other, you can have custom categories here with one or multiple companies on it. It's in the database. It's they're tagged as a sponsor. If you add them here, it's very simple to do. If they're already in there, you can just search for them and add them easily. You can track the sponsorship value details if you'd like to kind of manage it that way. So where does all this information go? That's the next question. And it's a good one. Onto a standalone, branded, mobile-friendly on any device landing page that's SEO optimized that people can find online that is built by GoOp, and it's going to bring all that content in. There's different, we have 10 different templates to choose from here. They each have their own kind of, orientation, direction. You can play around and preview what the content's going to look in any of them. They have different design elements, and you can kind of make it your own banner image, different things you can do there. Now, on the pages here, there's obviously ones like sponsors and partners, documents, things that are tied to the appropriate content blocks here. Another great idea to show value to a member company or a sponsor, you can actually create a custom web page for a particular company or multiple companies, or if it's like I said, a sponsored welcome reception, or it's a sponsored 5K river cleanup golf outing that's in addition to a fundraiser. Whatever you want to do, you can create simple custom sub pages that can include different layouts, images, link, just another way to draw visibility to whatever you like, organization, cause, event within the conference or meetup, whatever you'd like to do there. But again, branded for your chamber, but that's designed to draw visibility to companies that you want to highlight here. From the email campaign perspective, there's going to be, of course, incredibly easy one-click segmentation tools based on member status, member type, their registration status, their invite status. This is shared across the tool. We love that. As I mentioned, it's a widget-based email builder. There's going to be an AI Copilot feature to help you write content for the email body that's designed to work well. The speakers, the sponsors, and the exhibitors, instead of taking the logos and the details and the links or whatever from one software, putting it into MailChimp or Constant Contact, which I know a lot of chambers do. Wouldn't you like to just drag the sponsors and partners widget into the body of the email and have it pull all that stuff automatically? Because that's what you can do there. We have a survey builder. You can highlight. I think a lot of chambers like to do is they'll, leading up to a big event, they'll actually highlight one of the sponsors in particular, and you can do that by just doing a logo, the alignment and all that to highlight a specific logo. You can have a button to like visit sponsor. I mean, there's lots of stuff you can do here. It's all very interconnected at the event level. And then of course your design, your whole, brand, hex code, all of that. And then you can send these immediately, or you can schedule them, for a date and time in the future, so that if you're using the dynamic filters and all that, you can kind of start to get these out, in advance. The advertisement part, actually, this is kind of cool. You can, there's an event widget within GlueUp for a single event ticket purchase. It's going to be all the stuff we just talked about. You can actually just copy and send this information to one of the sponsors, co-sponsors, local businesses, whatever that looks like, and they can just sell tickets through GlueUp to your event through their website. That's pretty cool. And then the Access Pass advertising right now, you can actually put a company or sponsor's logo presented by whatever. You can actually put that on the Access Pass badges, both virtually and the printed badges that folks will get at the event. So that's another thing we designed to add something for you there. And again, the badge design, different size templates that you can modify and create. Most important part is it's going to pull over, all that stuff, sponsor image, your logo, a QR code, their information. It's coming from the ticket. You don't need to, once you do the badge design template, you don't need to format it or anything like that. You can just either hook up an on-site printer or generate, 4 or 6 of these on a PDF, get it printed out wherever you'd like, bring it to the event. It's up to you, but you have to take data from a spreadsheet and get it onto a template in Canva or have a company do it for you. So that could be really nice. Events run smoothly and great in GlueUp. There's 3 ways to check people in. The manager app being one of those. I think that's huge to kind of help, again, golf events, anything outdoors, anything casual. You want to get those data points of who attends. You want to, hey, maybe go up to, you don't have like someone out there with a pen and paper or a laptop. You go out to all the attendees, you introduce yourself, you check them in while you're there. Great way to meet people. I've heard of that being very effective. So lots of ways that you can do that to help kind of an event run smoothly, and you can kind of manage it. And then as mentioned, there's P&L reporting, sponsorship and expense tracking, revenue tracking, and all of that you can look at related to the event. Look at your payments, look at your outstanding invoices if it makes sense to manage it at an event level. You can certainly do it that way. Okay. I'm going to get through what the member portal does really quickly, talk about the websites also quickly, and then open it up to questions if we have any. I am in the member portal now. This is the web-based version, but the mobile app has 99% of the functionality as the back end does, so it's a relatively seamless experience for any member, regardless of where they are logging in and interacting from. Of course, you'll see here I'm logged in. I've got an ASA conference to go to. It's coming up, and I can see that notification here at the top for myself. This would be if it were your event, of course. The members can modify their own password, billing, link social accounts, their own, demographic information, like they manage their own account. This kind of helps to incentivize that. get them to upload a picture, any and all of that. The business cards, the My Connections pieces here. You'll see a lot of social posts. That's if you're using our community engagement tool. If you wanted to offer kind of like a chamber-specific LinkedIn, you have a lot of groups that want to interact that way. You could certainly facilitate it in our tool. You want to introduce, there's so many good ideas, like buyers to suppliers, or mentors to mentees. You want to have a separate community for young professionals, or an ambassador program with its own set of files, a job board. I mean, there's lots of ways that we have seen this used, but has a comfortable social media-esque feel that makes people feel comfortable and helps with engagement. The directory, obviously there will be a public one for the most part, but people can browse and find individual people through this and find their contact information, send them direct messages. Lots of cool stuff we can do with that. The event calendar, of course, is My Tickets, the event community, all the events of the organization that members can browse through. It's very convenient to have all that in one place. And if they're already here doing something else, looking for someone that they met an event in the directory, perhaps, maybe they pop in here and register for some more events. They can certainly manage their own memberships, kind of know when they expire, any renewals. There's alerts if they're overdue or in a grace period that draws their attention to it. They can upgrade, lots of stuff like that we can do. Email subscriptions, committees, if we have automatic billing turned on, they can change their credit card and do all that stuff. So, and a lot of those things generate push notifications if they've downloaded the mobile app, which again helps to increase engagement in addition to those email notifications. So when you publish an event with all your sponsor information, all that, your chamber publishes an event, it's going to, they're getting an email alert, it's going to the event calendar on your website, it's going to the event calendar in the MyGlue portal. If they download the mobile app, they're going to get a notification there that you just announced a new event. So lots of stuff that happens when you do that. And again, all those touch points are to the benefit of you guys and selling tickets and to your sponsors. Quickly on the website piece, we do offer website design as a company. This is yet another separate from the software, another way you can draw attention and provide value. We build websites in Drupal, which is a very secure, very robust website content management system. And we integrate it with the software so that anything you do in Glip comes over automatically. Member directory, whatever you have that set up to be. The content, if you have blog entries or resources, that's all going to live within Drupal. And you can kind of make any changes or improvements as you need there. But we build this out for you. We work with you to come up with an amazing product, structure it to your liking, and go back and forth with you before we go live to do all that. And then there's a number of ways that we can have, you'll see here, ad blocks, different structures of those that you can customize, you can change out. Generally, most chambers are doing some sort of tiered, list of local sponsors. We can do kind of moving ads as you see here. Different structural elements and things that we can do for you. But there's a lot of ways that we can draw attention to companies in your community or members in a lot of different ways. And that's on top of what the software can do. I also wanted to really quickly highlight a couple of the new changes that we have made that are maybe of interest, just so we can, let you know that we're staying on top of what our customers and what the market wants, and that's what we're delivering, and we do it consistently. Glip is a rocket ship in terms of software development. I've seen probably hundreds of new features come out on time in the 5 years that I have worked here. A new one that is, I think, could be exciting for chambers. We've got a trial membership period that you can set and customize. If you want to give a company a certain period of time to join for free, to start seeing some value that you can control before they are invited to become paid members, this could be huge for folks. You can sell products at any point along that journey, collect donations, sell merchandise, calendars, track that. You can have that be a part of your join and renewal process if you want. There is also the ability here for us to collect installment payments. That is a brand new feature. You can have let's say you have a larger tier of membership type that's $10,000. They want to pay it in quarterly installments in a year, not a problem. You can have the software invoice them quarterly for that item. That's a brand new feature we've added. And then another one that lots of chambers are looking for. Um, you can actually set a payment processor fee that you'd be paying with any service. You can set that at a custom amount, and then you can allow your customers to volunteer to cover the processing charges for you, and kind of pass that along to them if they'd like to support you in that way. That is an option that we've added in the last couple of months, and we've seen a lot of chambers, move over to GlueUp because of that. So there's a lot more to talk about, but that is some of the new enhancements that we made that deliver value to you guys, and then allow you to do the same for your members. Okay, I'm going to take a look at the chat and see if there are any questions. Okay, I don't see any. Okay, no questions. That's fine. I'm happy to give you all back a few moments of your day. However, if you would like to learn a little bit more, rest assured we have just scratched the surface of how GlueUp can be an excellent fit for your chamber, and all the benefits we can provide you. So if there are no more questions, then I'll let everybody go. I appreciate your time, your consideration in looking at something new, and I hope that we can connect in the future, to discuss, or I can send you the appropriate person in your region. But I'll let you all go. But thank you so much for your time, and we'll be here if any questions come up in the future.